Okay, good evening, folks, and welcome to the Wednesday night NHT Global Leadership Call. My name is Patrick Tulloch, and this evening I have the privilege of sharing with you something that's very near and dear to me, which really came about 10 years ago. And one of the questions that I was considering, I was thinking about, was it time for me to change my channel? And after running a traditional business for about 23 years, I was a little bit tired of the legal issues, the overhead, staffing, etc. And I was just trying to ponder what else could I do? What else was I capable of doing? I really didn't have an idea at the time. I wasn't in a situation where I was prepared to go and work for somebody else. And so I started to do my due diligence, and I was fortunate enough to come across a tremendous opportunity for the past 10 years now. And I wanted to share some great information here with you, simply because I feel that if you're looking at this presentation, you're an employee, you might be in a situation where you want to change, whether on a part-time basis or full-time basis, and you might be ready to change your channel. And you may get some nuggets through this presentation that will help you to be able to make a decision on what you want to do, because there are opportunities out there. And then on the other side of it, you may be an entrepreneur, and you may not be getting the results that you're getting. You may just feel that you need some other ideas, some other concepts, some things that can help you to take your business to the next level, and be able to share this information with other individuals who you might be looking to attract to your business. So this is it time to change your channel? And again, my name is Patrick Tulloch. I'm based here in beautiful Toronto, Canada. So we're going to move on to the first slide here. And that is something that, I kind of, brainstormed over years ago. And I came up with this quote. And it is very simple. The trend is your friend. And the trend will last for a day, a week, a month, or years. But the beautiful thing is, when you identify a trend, you identify a real opportunity. So, it depends what you're looking for. If you're looking for a long-term trend, one that's going to provide you with a substantial income over time, you need to do your due diligence. You need to do your research. We've gone through, in history, numerous trends. We've gone through that manufacturing process. We've gone through the agricultural trends. We've got all kinds of fashion trends out there. We've got technology trends, and we also have major trends available to us today in terms of how we actually conduct business. How do we do business today? And when you identify those opportunities, then you can position yourself for greatness. Doesn't matter who you are or what your background is. So just remember that. The trend is your friend. Now, I'm just going to touch on a few key things that we all need to be aware of in terms of putting ourselves in a position where we actually need to change our channel. And, if you take a look at what's happening out there today, and I don't think this is just in North America, it's a global phenomenon, but every month in North America, we have about 1 million Americans that go through some type of job change. Some type of job change. And that could be in the area of downsizing, restructuring. It could be a company move, or companies farm out their business to other markets, etc. So there's something happening. People are being eroded in one form or another. Here's another great stat for you. The U.S. Chamber of Commerce reported that 61% of Americans now say they prefer to be their own bosses. What a change. And, this is about working for yourself, really has become the new job security. Before years ago, it used to be that getting a traditional job was very, very secure. But as you'll see through this presentation, that is not really the case anymore. I think it comes down to really the opportunity of being your own boss is really your own form of security. So you need to seriously take a look at that. What else is happening out there? Most employees are not being paid what they're worth. So this, as far as becoming an entrepreneur, working for yourself, it's a great opportunity to make more money. And also the risk factor is really low. It's extremely low today, simply because there are numerous ways that you can begin to get involved with a business, home-based business, like never before. This is very, very interesting, and this is probably an area where there's a tremendous opportunity to take a look at when you think about starting your own business, is that 78 million baby boomers are just starting to reach retirement age, yet they are realizing that they can't afford to retire. Isn't that something? So these individuals, what they're now doing is they're looking at redefining their lives. They're trying to find some purpose. They're looking for ways to give something back to society, and they're looking for purpose, as I said. So again, they want to have control. They want to be able to either work from home. They still want that lifestyle. They want to enjoy themselves. And so being able to have their own business at home and have that flexibility is certainly something that's very, very important to those individuals. So now what I want to do is just touch on some of the major factors affecting the shift in the entrepreneurial boom. These are really straightforward kind of points that you should all be aware of. And the one is opportunity. Today there's a great opportunity, probably greater opportunity than ever before in the history of entrepreneurialism, because of social media and technology, easy access, the support system that's available to you, and obviously access to information. So opportunity is out in front of you. There's no shortage of opportunity. The next thing that you can take a look at that I think is important to all of us is this word freedom. Freedom. And what is freedom to you? All right. For me, it's about having the choice of when I work. It's also how I work, and it's also the option of who do I want to work with. So having that type of freedom is a pretty powerful position to be able to provide to individuals. Again, something that's near and dear to me is family, and being able to spend that quality time with family. But the other beautiful thing is that your family can participate in your business with you. It can be a family affair, so you can spend that, again, that's that quality time, which is just invaluable. And, when I was running my traditional business for 23 years, the last thing I wanted to do was think about my kids doing what I went through, because I worked, 7/24, never stopped, was always on the go. And that's not the kind of legacy that I wanted to leave my kids with. That's not the impression of living life that I felt I needed to pass on to them. So here today, because of this business, the industry that I'm involved with, I now can begin to create that legacy that I can leave behind and provide a foundation for the future, for years and years to come, for those individuals in my family, so that they don't have to go through the challenges, the trials and tribulations of the financial concerns that can exist in the world that we live in today. So a legacy was something that I wanted to be able to leave behind, and maybe you might want to be able to do the same thing. Then we move into the area of accomplishment, which I think is very, very important. It comes down to increasing your self-esteem, your self-worth. You as an individual can become extremely compassionate about what your choices are. It's about believing in something that makes a difference, that's working. So accomplishment is really important. Then we come into this word that is control. And when I think about control, I think about time. And I think time is absolutely critical, and you determine how to use it. You determine how to use your time. So control is very, very important. Here's one that's a lot of fun, and that's lifestyle. Lifestyle really encompasses quite a few things. It could be travel. It could be where you choose to live, the entertainment, the car that you drive, your shopping habits. Lifestyle could be a number of things, giving to a charitable organization. So what is the lifestyle? What is it that you want? What is it that you've dreamed about for years and years, and you haven't been able to really experience the lifestyle simply because you're not earning the kind of income that you'd like to be earning? So again, very, very important, lifestyle. Then we get into the last one here that I want to share with you, which is impact. And what does impact come down to? Very, very simply put, it's just about making a difference. Making a difference in your life, making a difference in the lives of the people who you surround yourself with, who you come into contact with. I think that is something that can be very gratifying. And obviously, as an employee, I know that sometimes, it's more routine. You just do the same thing day in and day out. But as an entrepreneur, again, you have that ability to be able to make a difference in people's lives. You're the reason why things are happening in a positive way because of your contribution. So that's something that you need to consider. Okay, now how is all of this possible? How is this possible? Well, it's kind of interesting, but you got to start somewhere. And I know that, we can be very comfortable in our lives, from day to day, and we don't really want to do anything else, and that's okay. But if you're the type of individual who wants more out of life, then you're going to have to become a little bit uncomfortable. You're going to have to stretch your skin because you'll never return to where you started out when you begin this journey. You're going to grow as an individual. So you definitely need to begin to dream again. All right, dreams are very important. Most people forget to dream after a few years of traditional work. So you need to dream again of what your desires were when you started out, and believe that you have what it takes, because you do. You've got what it takes. You just don't realize it yet. You haven't explored that part of you that is just waiting to break loose, break free. You see, ultimately, this is where you want to take your thinking to another level. Okay, a great example of this is someone who has been earning, let's say, $60,000, $70,000 a year. And they're looking at wanting to increase their income. They want to make about $250,000 a year. So they're sitting down and they're in a meeting, and they're discussing this business opportunity, tremendous opportunity. And, the timing is right. The person or the people who this individual is working with or could be working with, they're great individuals. They've had success. And, at the end of the 2-hour meeting, this individual goes home, they sit down, and then they start to think. They start to process. And as they're processing, they start to think the fact that, wow, you know what, I've never made $250,000 before. How can I possibly do that? I can't do that. I can only make $60,000, $70,000 a year. So now you see their blueprint, the blueprint that they have developed over the years that they've been working. That blueprint has got them conditioned to think that they can only earn X amount of dollars in a yearly basis. So they need to change that blueprint. So this person now, they're thinking, no, I can't do this. I can't succeed. I'll never be able to make that kind of money. And they've convinced themselves so that they know when they go to sleep at night, they're going to be at peace, because they wake up in the morning, they're not going to be interested in doing that business because their blueprint is not right. So what we need to do is we need to rethink the process. We need to, get some more positive information in our mindset, and we need to think differently. We need to work on ourselves harder than anything else. And that's why you have the ability to achieve greatness in any business that you desire, if you apply yourself and you begin to learn the things that are available to you. So let's just do a little bit of a summary of what I've talked about here when it comes to changing your channel. You see, you've got 2 plans. You've got the 40-year plan, and you've got the 5-year plan. So when we look at the 40-year plan, that starts at about 25, and basically you're going to be still working beyond the age of retirement, simply because you're going to retire on half of what you couldn't have lived on when you were working. Imagine. All of a sudden that hits you, you got 5 years before retirement. You're thinking, my God, my pension is not going to be very much. I'm not going to be able to, go and do all that traveling that I wanted to do and live the kind of life that I wanted to live. I'm going to be on this really strict budget. So, the 40-year plan, you never paid what you are worth. I talked about that earlier. So you've got to take the bull by the horns, and you've got to, develop your own plan. And, the thing is, years ago, there never used to be a great risk when it came to getting a job. If you lost your job, or you wanted to leave your job and go somewhere else, we were in a job paradigm, an employee paradigm. You could go from one job to the next, and you'd still have a substantial position. You'd have a substantial income. But today, that is not the case. You're working that 40-year plan. There are numerous individuals in a period of 5 years have had to go through the process of getting up to 8 jobs. 8 jobs, all right, because that was the mindset that they had. They had to work for somebody else. So it's getting tougher. It's not getting any easier. So the 5-year plan, what does that allow you to do? It allows you to get started at any time. The process can begin tomorrow. It can begin next week. There is no discrimination. This is a beautiful thing. You don't have to go back to school to get a 4-year degree. It's not about your age, your gender, your sex, the color of your skin, your skill sets. It doesn't matter. There's enough information out there today. There's enough mentorship. There's enough of a support system that there are other individuals out there who will take a vested interest in you to help you succeed in your new business. The income earning potential is not limited. Unlimited. Why? We're in a global market. We're in a global economy. There's no limitations to where you do business today. Now, when I talk about develop a new way of thinking, it really comes back to what I was just talking about, is that you want to become uncomfortable. You become uncomfortable so that you can become comfortable again. That means you've grown. And then you become uncomfortable again when you take those next few steps. So how do you do that? You do that through personal development. You feed your brain, your mind, with PMA, positive mental attitude information, so that, you just think differently. You wake up with an energy that you've never had before. Your mindset is completely different. Nothing is impossible. Instead of looking at the problems, you're looking for resolutions. You're looking for ways to make things better. So you got to develop a new way of thinking. It is possible. It can happen to you. And the beautiful thing now, again, last but not least here, is you can create leverage in your life. All right, leverage, passive income. You're not the issue in your business like I was. I was the issue in my business. I never want to be in that position again. So that is the overall vision here of, is it time to change your channel? And then what you need to do now is you need to do your reality checklist. All right? There's nothing, it's great to think about it. It's great to think about it, but the thing is, you need to make a decision that you want change. And then once you make that decision that you want change, guess what? You've got to take action. All right? Very, very important. You need to take the action. Number two is, again, for the network marketing industry, it's really simple. It's one of the things I profess on a daily basis. Find a mentor who will coach you. Find somebody who's gone through the war. They've walked the walk. They talk the talk. Surround yourself with success, and you will become successful. There's no question about it. You've got to duplicate what is being done already. Just makes sense. Then, the e-commerce global business model. I firmly believe that today there's no limitations to where you do business around the world. We have more and more individuals who are coming online, more and more individuals who are increasing access to information, more and more people who are increasing their knowledge, and more people who are realizing that they can do business anywhere in the world. This is actually something that we refer to as the greatest paradigm shift in human history. The greatest paradigm shift in human history, where you have more employees who have a desire to become entrepreneurs. They want to develop that entrepreneurial mindset. So why limit yourself to doing business in your own backyard when you can go on a global basis? Then what we've got is personal development. I've talked about that. It really comes down to the mindset. What you think about is what you will become. So you need to, do some reading. But don't just read, study it, know it. Listen to a video, listen to an audio, listen to somebody who's got something positive to share with you. Stay away from negative people, because they'll only tell you that it can't be done. You've never done it before. It'll never work. And if you listen to them long enough, you'll start to believe them. So personal development, very, very important area. The other thing is never quit attitude. Never quit attitude. You get knocked down, you get back up. Winner never quits, and a quitter never wins. So you've got to make a decision that once you get on that track, you're going to have distractions along the way. But you know what? It's okay. Everybody gets distracted here or there. You just got to get back on that track as quickly as possible. Then you got to find the reasons to keep you in the game. Find the reasons to keep you in the game. And it could be the fact that you want your kids to go to the school of their choice. You want to be able to see a massive smile on your significant other's face because you just bought 2 tickets to go to Europe for a couple of weeks, and it's a beautiful surprise. You've got your eyes on this home, and it's in an area of the city that you just love, and you know that you're close to being able to purchase that home. You want to find the reason so that you can wake up 7 days a week with a smile on your face because you know that you have arrived. Last but not least, if you're serious about change, then you've got to ask yourself, where will you be in the next 5 to 10 years from now? Where will you be? It's like, look at your last 5 years and, are you on course? Are you on track to change what you've already gone through in the past 5 years? Why would you want to go through the same thing over and over and over again, especially if you're looking for change? So you've got to, do that introspective. You got to be honest with yourself and say, hey, I got to do this. I've got to make a change. I got to get up and go, because otherwise I'm going to be in the same place that I was 5 years ago. The opportunity is yours. So big thinking precedes great achievement. You got to think big. Just takes as much energy to think small as it does big, so you might as well think big. We're winding down here, and this is the last slide here for the presentation. I want to thank everybody for joining me here tonight. And this is a quote from Ralph Waldo Emerson, and it simply says, "Unless you attempt to do something beyond that which you have already mastered, you will never grow." And that's what it's all about, is becoming the best that you can possibly be, and enjoy the journey along the way. My name's Patrick Tulloch, and I'm signing off here from beautiful Toronto, Canada. Thank you very much for joining me here tonight. Take care. Bye-bye.